Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys the best method to get levels on your weapons in Warzone. So it's going to be only using Warzone methods, whether you're free to play, whether you've got both the full games, one of the full games, whatever the case may be. This method is going to be available to everyone because everybody has access to all of these Warzone methods. Now there's going to be a quick method in Plunder which is kind of okay for XP, but then I'm going to go on to the main method as well. So make sure you stick around for the second part of the video because that's going to be where the bulk of it is. Everything will be timestamped in the description and comments as usual, but as always I do really appreciate anybody that watches the whole way through, as it really does help me out. If you are new to the channel, please do drop a subscribe down below. We'd love to have you here as part of the channel community. We're pushing for 2k subs, so your support will be much appreciated. And if you do go on to enjoy this video and find it useful, please drop a like on the video as well, as that really helps me out. And without further ado, let's jump into the video here. So the first tactic, like I mentioned there, is going to be Plunder. If you're going for purely kills, Plunder is the best one to go for. This is because you've got constant respawns, you've got your loadout straight off the bat, so you're not having to wait to get that one in, and you are able to just rack up kills very quickly. What I would suggest is landing in the brand new POIs or some of the more popular areas of the map. So for example, landing in Storage Town is always very busy. Some areas where the new red doors spawn can be busy at the start of the game, but generally Storage Town, Downtown, Boneyard and areas such as that are going to be busy throughout, and Storage Town generally for me tends to be non-stop action, so that's where I would suggest landing if you are going to try and rack up as many kills as possible. Now that method is fairly decent, and obviously you can get kills with those weapons in regular, Verdansk or Rebirth modes. However, there is a very fast and good method to getting XP for weapons, which is by far the best method probably in all of Call of Duty to level these up quickly. Obviously multiplayer is decent for its own perks, but if you don't have access to multiplayer, this is going to be the fastest possible way that you can level up your guns, and it's going to be doing contracts. Now, not just doing them in any mode, there's going to be different levels to this, so I'm going to go over each of the ways that you can do this to make it the most effective. Now firstly, obviously the easiest way to do it is going into Plunder. Again, you get your full loadout off the rip, so you can actually spawn in with the gun that you want to level up, hold it in your hand, go ahead and complete a contract. I recommend doing recons or supply runs, as they're the most easy ones to collect. Scavengers are also really easy, but generally people tend to pick those up because they want the loot as well. So if you're purely just going for gun XP, try and get yourself on a load of supply runs and recons, as this is going to be the most useful and fast-paced ones you can do. If you can get yourself a vehicle, a jeep is really good. Obviously a chopper is preferable. If you can get yourself a helicopter, job is done. You can just fly around the map doing all of these contracts, but in Plunder they do not stack, which is what brings me on to the next point, and this is where you can optimize the method. Doing this on Rebirth Island is exceptionally good for multiple reasons. First of all, it's generally a resurgence mode on there, which means even if you don't have team members, you can random fill with random players, go around completing contracts, and the chances are you can respawn even if you die because of the resurgence mode. As long as one player on your team is alive, you will come back to life for the majority of the game up until the last few circles. So that means you've got plenty of chance to get a load of contracts done. On top of this, the map is very small, meaning that if you do recons or even if you're doing supply runs, they're all going to be very close together. Another benefit of doing Rebirth Island is that the contracts stack up, meaning that the more contracts you do, the bigger the payout is going to be, and obviously that's in-game money, but as well as that, it's XP for players and XP for weapons. So as long as you are holding the weapon that you want to level up once you complete the contracts, each and every time you complete one, you're going to be on 120, 150, 180%, and it continuously goes up. As many as you can get done in a game, you're going to keep getting a big multiplier, and this is going to be where you're going to get a ton of levels. And if you do manage to get up to sort of 8, 9, 10 plus contracts in one game, which is doable, and if you've got a full squad with you, which even if you've just got one friend with you that's doing it, or multiple, you're going to be able to just quickly do these, particularly on Resurgence, because you can have one friend hover whilst you grab a supply run, they land on it, then you die, hover for the next one, and vice versa, and continually keep doing that. However, you do want to have the weapons that you need to level up in order to get them ranked up. So generally what you want to be doing is have one person in a vehicle, you grabbing the contracts, them going around and getting it, or vice versa. And generally if you've got a squad, you're able to pick these up a lot quicker. Try and stay alive once you've got the weapon that you want. Luckily, if you are leveling up the brand new weapons, they are both on floor loot. Nailgun isn't, but the MG82 and the C58 are both floor loot at the moment, so you can get them off the rip for your first contract. If it's a gun that is not currently in floor loot table, do your first contract, get your loadout in, and then go around and do the contract subsequently after that, and you will get all of those towards was the weapon that you are holding, so hopefully the loadout weapon is the one you want to level up. Now, obviously, this does work in Verdansk as well on the regular BR modes on there. However, it is a lot more difficult because the map is much more spread out, and generally the contracts will ping you 500 meters away, whereas Rebirth Island, you're maximum going to get 600, and generally they are closer together than that. There's a lot more contracts that respawn throughout the match on Rebirth Island as well on the Resurgence mode, so the brand new Verdansk Resurgence is also really good for this, but because you don't have as much area to move around in, generally it's going to be more constricted, and there's no vehicles, so, and a lot more fighting. Generally, Rebirth Island is going to be your best option for this. It's going to be the fastest way you can get a load of contracts done quickly. And as I say, the more the multiplier goes up there, the more levels you get. You can expect to be getting around 4 to 5 levels minimum per game if you're doing 3 or 4 contracts. If you're getting 5 to 7 contracts, you're going to be doing around 6 or 7 levels. And if you manage to get up to that 10 plus mark, if you're getting up to 10, you're going to do around 10 gun levels. Anything above that, you're going to be adding pretty much a level every single time you do a contract because of the multiplier. So if you can get it right up there, you're going to be getting a ton of gun levels very, very quickly. And it's by far the fastest method to rank up without using multiplayer and just using Warzone only. Now, if you have got a friend that you are able to play Warzone with, I have got a really, really good method that can work that is fairly safe to do as well, which is alternate to kind of like the best method I've gone on about there. Probably like the second best method that you can actually do. And this is going to be jumping into Plunder matches with 2 players in your party. Now, what you can do is take this in turns because otherwise it's going to get very boring for the person just doing contracts. But one of you goes around the map and does contracts. All you need to do is try and get a heli or get an armored truck or something like that, get one of the berthers, sit in that vehicle with the weapon equipped that you want to level up, so whichever weapon it is, make sure that's equipped, hop into the vehicle and go around doing supply runs and recons, as every time you complete a contract that will give you and anyone else in the party the XP from completing that contract. Then the other player, or you can do this with up to 4 players, other players can go ahead and just land in somewhere like Storage Town, get a ton of kills very, very quickly, and rank up their guns through kills, whilst also getting the XP from whoever is farming it. If you then rotate this through your party, so if you've got 2 players, swap roles each game, or if you've got 4, just keep rotating it around. Once every 4 games, you do the contract, the other 3 you're getting kills. You'll probably be able to get your guns max in just a couple of hours. This is a very, very quick and efficient method. It kind of combines the Plunder method with the contract method, and although the contracts don't stack in Plunder, this does get you very, very fast XP because you're able to get the XP for the contracts by somebody doing it, whether it's yourself or a teammate, and you're getting kills at the same time. So hopefully this is another method for those of you that don't really like Rebirth Island or Verdansk and you don't really want to go ahead and try and get the contracts. It's not working out for you for whatever reason. This is a much safer option which you can spawn in with your loadout, and it's much easier to go ahead and complete those contracts there as well as getting some kills. So hopefully that helps you guys too. So hopefully this has helped you guys out and you are going to be able to level up the new weapons that you want to level up, whether it's the brand new ones that were added with Season 4 or any other weapons that you want to get now that they're coming into the forefront with the brand new open meta we have in Warzone at the moment. Hopefully you can get your hands on those quickly. If you do want to find out how to get the new weapons the fastest, how to level up the battle pass, anything like that, I have videos on the channel, so go ahead and have a look through those. They will also be linked on the end screen. Other than that, if you have enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like on it down below as it really helps me out, and subscribe to the channel if you are new with notification bells on so that you don't miss a single upload. And other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching. Take care and peace.